What up, guys? Matt Viking's Toy Channel. Back. It's good to be back. Just still learning my new phone, and apparently I don't have the angles that I used to have. Like I did on my old phone, I can't switch my camera around like I used to and be able to put on, when I would do reviews, actually, display my figures. Now I have to go back to doing this shit. I'm a little disappointed with that. Unless I'm doing something wrong, and I don't think I am because I've just studied this phone for the last 10 minutes. But, I went out today, and as you can see, I was still looking for the Shawn Michael exclusive Walgreens. I'm never going to find it. Just like if I didn't pay for it online, I would have never found the Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure sets either. But I've been sitting on something for a while. I was going to make a video about it a week or two ago. But I didn't think it was, big enough to warrant its own video, even though it could. But I went out today, and at one of the Walgreens that seems to be up to date with, well, there's always one figure shelf warming, and every once in a while there'll be a new one, like this one. And this is the first time I've ever seen this anywhere, any of the New Days. They did have Neville sitting there about a week or two ago, but his packaging, just like this one, is kind of all muffed up. It looks like somebody stepped on it when it was in the box or the crate shipping, and that's why I didn't pick up that Neville. The Neville one was in worse shape. But I might actually get lucky and find that Kalisto. And maybe if that Triple H is in decent shape, depending on how I feel, I might buy it. Even though I think it's a waste of a figure, or a waste of money. But I'm going to open and review this one. But of course, this is Xavier Woods. His signature move is the honor roll when Lost in the Woods. Anybody ever seen those moves? No, not me either. Ring of Tires from the Elimination Chamber, 2015? I do not remember an Elimination Chamber match from last year. Who the hell did they fight? Career highlights, tag team champions, that's it. Let me open this up, let me pause this real quick. Alright. This is the very back of the figure. It says the New Day. Side. Front. The paint job is really good on this. It's a little bit sketchy around the boots on the bottom. You can see, I don't know. I'm sure they're not easy to paint. God, this angle is pissing me off. Wish I knew this before I bought this damn phone. Needless to say, it's a good looking figure. Like I said, they have really got to do something with the articulation. I mean, this arm is super stiff, this arm's a little loose. Oh, you can actually do that now. Most figures you can't even do that. Well, they're improving then. I guess I shouldn't bitch. So, I mean, like, how can you have Shawn Michaels and you can't even do a super kick? But this guy can do it. And yes, his vest comes off. I don't really need to get him naked for you so you can see his hairy chest. I don't think he has tattoos, no. And yes, he comes with Francesca. Now, can he even hold... Okay, I was going to say, can he even hold her? God. Barely. There you go. And there's his his horn. Not a bad figure. And I gotta go get the rest of the set. He's definitely going into the collection. But I was looking for these, but I wanted to get them as the set and hang them on my wall. But at Comic-Con, they already just said they have a whole new set of these things coming out with the unicorn horns and stuff, so I'm sure that'll probably be the set I'll be looking for now. But Xavier Woods, good looking figure. That's a good head scan. I mean, no one can say that's not him. Alright. Now this kitties, I had no intention of ever buying. Because when it originally came out, they wanted a boatload of money for it. First they wanted $60, then they dropped it down to $50. It sat at $50 for months. I went back to Target looking for the Heenan family because I was going to open that up and review it and get that Bobby Heenan figure. But I walked in there and there was no Bobby Heenan figures. But what was in there? Still, the Four Horsemen. And like I said, this is a variation of the Four Horsemen. This is not the true formation, the true model. The true model is always Flair, Arn. Take him out. That would be Ole, and that'd be Tully. But Vince and Tully hate each other with a passion because Vince put Ole's company out of business back in the day. Because he was that's back when he was raiding the territories and stealing people's talents. I think Vince even took his TV show back in the day. This is amazing. I mean, that's almost a poster if you wanted to keep it. Let me open this up. Now, I don't think I ever said what I paid for it, but it's reduced now. If you still have these in your stores, they had them for $20. Now, whether or not these are truly elites and what they were worth the price, yeah, they're made to be elites, but they're just bare naked elites. There's nothing with them other than knee pads, and Wyndham has his vest on. But if they really wanted to have $60 for these things, like Tully Blanchard should have had his ring robe on, or he should have had his ring jacket, like when him and Arn were tag teaming. He always had a simple look. It's been so long, I can't tell you if this is a really good face scan or not. But he always had a ring jacket or a ring robe, kind of like Flair's, except his was a lot less gaudy and tacky, but it was trimmer, so it hugged his body more. Kind of like a Paul Orndorff robe back in the day, when everybody had a robe. See what I mean? This articulate. The arms should be able to go down to their sides. You know, my G.I. Joes had better articulation than this shit. There should just be a ball joint in there, and you should be able to put the arm behind the wall. You can kind of do it, but you see what I'm getting at? You set these things up, and everybody's figure just looks the same. They're all like hulking out. But this is Tully, and he was a good wrestler back in the day. He was mostly tag team champion, United States champion. God, the NWA and WCW had so many different titles. He won a bunch of titles, but I don't think he never got to the championship. But that's Tully. Barry Windham, like I said, this is a version of when he was in the group. And yes, it's when he was much younger. He was pretty popular around then, but he was already towards the end of his run almost in wrestling. He maybe had 5 more years. No. He had a couple more years after he left the Four Horsemen. But this is his look. One of his looks, though. This is still when guys were pretty basic looking. And he was kind of a tall dude. Now, this guy, I always loved Arn Anderson. He was basically the guy that looked like your friend's dad, your friend's neighborhood dad next door. He kind of looked like a pushover or somebody you could fuck around with, but you definitely knew not to mess with him. Short, stocky guy, looked like he's been around the block a few times. Arn Anderson in real life was definitely that guy. He might have looked like a pushover or whatever, but he was legit. He was somebody you didn't mess with. Double A, Arn Anderson. And you got to remember, this is the guy that fought Sid Vicious, 7 foot whatever he is, all by himself, all over a hotel room back in the day. And it was so bloody and gory that Sid actually pulled out scissors and stabbed him I don't know how many goddamn times just to get Arn Anderson off of him and to stop kicking his ass. That tells you something, man. And this guy's what, 5'8", 5'9", and he was taking on a giant by himself in a legendary fight. And that fight is why he had a bum arm kind of after that. He could close his fist, but he was limited after that. His arm worked, but it was damaged after that. God, this is kind of a loose figure. It makes me wonder. But Arn Anderson was a legend, kids. That's what the network is for. Go look up his matches. But he also, like I said, if they wanted to charge elite money for these things, where's his ring jacket? Where's his Brainbuster jacket? Where's his Four Horsemen jacket? He always had a jacket on. That's what they were skipping out on these. They just thought they were going to make a Four Horsemen pack and slap $60 on it, and everybody was going to run out and buy it. No, they didn't. They bought them on sale. I mean, and this is obviously Rick, a younger version. Like I said, he should have had a robe, even though his robe probably would have made almost the entire cost of the box if they wanted 60. But, you know, those are his boots, Flair. Like I said, that was the Four Horsemen, legendary group. And when I used to go to WCW shows, yes, I used to go to WCW shows. I was one of those few guys that always were in the crowd, even when the Horsemen were around, that had this is Horseman Country, or the Four Horsemen posters. I had one event where I went to with my brother and a couple of my friends, and every one of my posters got me on TV. This was back in the day of VHS. It was like 1999, and I know something happened to the copy, but that was the event where all the Stings came down. And it was in Tampa, and I was there. And all the Stings came down and fought the NWO at the end. There was like 20 of them. I was at that one. I was ringside about 5-6 rows back, and I had all the funny, cool posters. If you can find it on the network, I remember I had I've had enough of Buff poster. I've had a Boot Party on Virgil poster. This is Horseman Country. I know I had a Goldberg. I had a Hollywood NWO sign that got me on TV. Another one too. If you can find this shit on the network. I was at the show. God, was it Raw in Tampa, and it was the unveiling of The Undertaker's Stalker. And this should have been 2000, 2001. I was ringside for that, but I wasn't exactly ringside. There's the four sides, but the one side by announcing, they have another ringside area off to the side. They consider that ringside. And I was first row there. But you can't see me until DDP unveils himself to be the Stalker. And Undertaker starts to chase him. And he runs right by us. And he knocked over a beer and got beer all over my signs. But you can see me clear as day. And I'm just wearing a white Buccaneer jersey. So anybody who wants to be creative, you can go and see that. You can look those up and find me. But I don't know why I got into that. I think I'm just happy. Oh my God. They have Arn Anderson's bald spot. That's mean. He wasn't always bald. Good God. Alright, guys. God, I don't know if I'm going out hunting tomorrow. Like I said, the hunts are so sporadic. My Toys R Us is all loaded up, and it's loaded with crap I don't want. I don't know. Oh, I know. Probably my next video, I'm going to be digging up my gargoyle figures. And I know a lot of you are probably like, eh? It was a cartoon in the 90s, and it was freaking awesome. And it was very popular. I don't know why it only ran for 2 or 3 years. But I have I shouldn't say small collection. I have a collection. And I'll probably do a review on that. I've been meaning to do a review on that now for a while. But, like what you saw, hit me up, leave a comment, subscribe. That'd be great. I'm trying to get to 250 for another giveaway, kids. Kids, I know not everybody's a kid. But, subscribe. Like? Did I say everything? I don't know. I'll catch you guys next time.